Well, we didn't get off to a great start. We didn't shoot well, turned the ball over some. Our defense was excellent in the second half, and that kind of gave us a chance in the game. But overall, I think we know that we have to play more efficiently on offense, especially on the road. Against a team that can score, has a lot of firepower, could really score around the basket. We are obviously going to defend and do what we do best and do the best job we can possible with Arizona. But certainly, we have to bring our offense to the game on Saturday.
Can you guys draw some confidence going back to that game, saying, look how we defended and we cut the gap, and even though you lost that game by 9, draw some confidence in the fact?
Yeah, Arizona did some things that we haven't really seen defensively in that game, and credit to them for doing some of the things they did. I think we've had more time to see those things on film now, and we did a better job in the second half of our first matchup of adjusting to the style of defense that they were playing, and so hopefully we've learned from that, and we were able to change some things schematically, and our guys are more understanding of what they were doing with us defensively, and that enabled us to play a little better in the second half. But it was our defense really that was getting stop after stop for us in that second half and gave us a chance.
Are you guys thinking about at-large implications or tournament Pac-12 conference tournament seeding at all? Is that something that's on your mind?
We're having a good season, It's if we were in any other league, we wouldn't even be really talking about this. But unfortunately, our league was not rated great in the non-conference, and we're sitting at 19-9, and we're in that position. But we have games that are opportunities in front of us. If you're going to win anything meaningful, it's going to go through Tucson and LA. Whether that's now or the Pac-12 tournament and even the NCAA tournament, those are all NCAA tournament teams. So if we want to prove that we belong in that event, or if we want to prove to ourselves that we could go to Vegas and win that event, then we got to start winning games now.
You guys have played pretty well on the road.
We've done better on the road than at home, ironically, this year. But and neutral sites we've been good. So the guys, the defense so far has been pretty good in those games, and we're able to translate that into success on the road.
All right, there's a lot of new players on this team, obviously from the start of the transfer portal. Have you talked to them about what it's like to go down to Tucson and play against Arizona's a little bit obviously different than some other road games you guys played this year?
Yeah, we've done some things. We've discussed it, just the crowd and the implications of that. There's the guys. We played a lot of road games this year, but nothing will resemble or simulate what the crowd will be like there. We haven't played anybody that comes close to that. So, we've been in some home games where it's been that huge crowd, the UCLA, great feeling, but more pro us than pro our opponents. So, it'd be interesting to see how we handle it, but certainly it's nice to have experienced players and have a lot of guys that have played a lot of games that you would think would be able to function well in that environment. We had the whistles out this week, and we were calling a ton of fouls, and because that's we know that's going to be something that we have to work through as well. The adversity of not only the crowd, our opponent, but the possibility that we may not get the friendliest whistle, and that's just the reality of going to an environment like Arizona.
Devin Cambridge, obviously, one of those guys that just does a lot of things you've talked about before that don't show up on the stat sheet. And it seems like he just is that guy that brings the energy on the court and in the locker room.
Yeah, he's got that experience, and he wants it badly. He's super athlete. He's got a really good IQ for the game too, and so he's been a guy that's been a great leader, and has performed well in big games. He's got to have his hands full, like all our guys will. Just guarding Arizona in the paint and rebounding and doing the things we need to do to have some success.
Arizona is one of the fastest teams in the country in terms of how they move the ball on offense. How do you plan to get your defense set and able to stop the ball?
Well, we talked about that. We have to avoid momentum plays where they're getting a turnover and it's a live ball situation. They could get out because they're lethal in transition, and their bigs run the court better than any two that we'll face all season. And and then they have guys that are shooting it from three very well. You know, Ramey and these guys can make shots, so we have to, you know, our transition defense has to be the best it's been all season in this game, and that's the type of opponent we're facing. And you know, we did some things. We've tweaked some of our transition defensive drills to make it even more difficult to simulate just, you know, how quickly they could advance the ball. So hopefully that'll pay some dividends.
What are your thoughts on your seniors as the time for them is winding down, going into tomorrow and the tournament? Your thoughts for them?
Yeah, I'm excited for them because as a competitor, you can't ask for anything more than the opportunities that we have in front of us the next 3 regular season games. There's so much to play for, and it's going to be lively environments on the major networks, spotlight games, and we've had a good season. We've won a number of games to be in the conversation, and you know, a lot of these guys, when I recruited them, that was something they talked about, wanting to be in postseason and wanting to have a chance to play in the NCAA tournament. Well, you know, it's right in front of them if we're able to figure out a way to win some of these games down the stretch.